And welcome back to Let's Play Live a Live. Last time, Oersted suffered a series of unfortunate events and lost all hope. He rejected his humanity and embraced a new identity as the King of Hate.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh?
No, not that King of Hate. The living embodiment of hatred, the Lord of Dark, the Demon King, Odio. Odio is the Latin word for hatred, and I believe it still means the same in Spanish, so, you know, nice little fitting title, as well as a callback to my Psychonauts Let's Play with the bull, El Odio. We could absolutely call him El Odio. Before we get into the new chapter, though, thus labeled the Dominion of Hate, we have a couple of loose ends that I want to cover. First off, in the Distant Future chapter, and then in the Twilight of Edo chapter, so let's cover those real quick. Alright, so the first minor thing I'd like to show off, actually two minor things I'd like to show off, are actually in the Distant Future chapter, and just for fun, we'll use the SFC version to demonstrate these. Now, if you remember, during the Imposter Cube sequence, we, in the HD version, because the game more heavily guided us to do so, we used the southern elevator of the ship to just immediately get put by the Imposter Cube as it was heading towards Kato's room. However, should you come from the north elevator, you might think to pass through the cold sleep room, and this will notify you that Rachel's cold sleep capsule has been disabled, and of course, she has been killed due to suffocation. That is something that we kind of missed in the HD version, just because the way I followed the guideposts didn't really lead me to here, and Darth just kind of randomly mentioned that Rachel died, and yeah, that happened. And if you leave the cold sleep room and head into the hallway, you will see the Imposter Cube, once again, making his way to Kato's room. Now, further along in the chapter... Alright, so here we are at the OD10 fight again, and just a couple things, well, a handful of things I want to show off. First off, the text that AGTP went for is a little bit different. Of course, OD10, also they misspelled OD10 as O1DO, but the text he gives is kill you, which honestly I kind of prefer that one. But beyond that, there are two other things I'd like to go over. First off is that Cube's attack names are actually slightly different in the fan translation, and I believe these are actually more accurate to the attack names in the Japanese version of both the SFC and HD version of the game, if I'm not mistaken. We've got High Speed Op, Upgrade, Mind Hack, Anti-Field, Noise Stream, Info Research, Spin Drive, and Maser Cannon. And if you take the first letter of each name and just put them together as a single word, you get humanism, which I think is just kind of an interesting little thing for Cube, a little insight into his character. We'll also use info research on OD10, because I got a little recommendation for this. Because it changes his appearance just a little bit. But yeah, that's all I wanted to do. So what I'm gonna do is just finish this fight off, and we'll get to the next bit of the bonus or additional content I wanted to show off. Now, the first thing I want to address in the Twilight of Edo chapter is that there is actually a hidden piece of equipment that I forgot to actually pick up while going through this chapter. Shoutouts to Cartoon Duck on Something Awful for letting me know about this one. If you drop into this hole here, and this one specifically, it's the second attic level, I believe, that you come across in the castle building, there is actually a hidden pit just immediately south of where you enter here, and if you make your way around the outside of the room and come up to this chest, you get a special piece of equipment, a pair of get a load of these Gata. Now, this is a special piece of armor because it's only marginally stronger, exactly 1 point stronger than the Genji Tabi, but it gives you immunity to every type of tile. So now Oboromaru can lay down any tile he wants and get HP healing from it. Especially nice for electricity tiles, if he could actually lay those down, but that's neither here nor there. Now, this actually allows me to conveniently segue into another thing. Remember how we had the basement key when we entered the dungeon and we could open up the cells that way? What if you happen to fall into a cell, but you didn't have that key? Well, anytime you fall into a pit trap that drops you into a dungeon cell, it always drops you into the same cell. The one right in front of this guy. Another rat for the cage. Don't even think of trying anything. No one's ever escaped while I'm on guard duty. Bold words from this fellow, but of course, The ninja have their ways, and I think we have just the tool to deceive this fine gentleman here. So, if you just bring up your Harry Potter invisibility cloak, as he walks by, he'll notice that the cell is empty, open it up, and you can kill or just juke by him. Where's he gone? We don't really care to fight him, though. What we actually want to do is we want to load up our file, or load up a backup file that I've made that is right outside where we are going to escape. As you can see, I've gained 2 levels, and I have also gotten the Kotetsu, the full set of Genji equipment, except for the Genji Tabi, because I have swapped them out for the Geita Loda these Geita. And we are going to take on the final boss of this chapter, the real final boss, which of course is, oh man, what was their name? Hayase? Hayabusa? Ryu Hayabusa? Whatever, we're gonna take him on. It was actually Hayate. Man, I'm dumb. Sorry about that. I don't mean to misname people. Anyways, now that we have Wind Slash, we have a much more reliable way of defeating this guy, as we don't need to stand stock still to, use Phantom Butterflies. We can just hit him with about 9 Wind Slashes, and he will fall over like a sack of shuriken. Not exactly the most exciting encounter, to be certain, but, what is this charge attack that he's doing? Let's move up here, and, while he's doing that, why don't we hit him with the Phantom Butterflies during there? Oh, he was using Phoenix Call. That's fine, that's fine. I was going for the Phantom Butterflies there because I believe when an enemy's charging an attack, they are more susceptible to actually being hit. There definitely seems to be a bit of an evasion penalty for that. So that's what I was going for there. Unfortunately, his attack has come out, so his evasion is back to normal. Oh, hey, poison. That'll actually, when you are able to poison boss-type enemies, it actually does do reasonable damage to them, since, you know, obviously, they have a much higher HP total to chew through. That should speed this fight up just a tad. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just let him go. He'll use his own Wind Slash here. Fortunately, we have... Oof, that was a spicy one right there. Let's get down to the bottom here, and let's use up a Shrimp Rice Ball. As you can see, I have a huge amount of healing items to counteract anything this guy does to me. So let's just use that opportunity to heal up, buff up, and we're fine there. We can go back to bombarding him with Wind Slashes, while also doing our best to make sure we're not in the path of his own Wind Slashes. Definitely not a desirable situation to be found in. Alright. Got him with that one. Let's let him go. Okay, he's gonna do another Phoenix Call there. This gives us an opportunity to hit him with a Wind Slash uncontested. And we should just be able to hit him with a follow-up, since there his attack's gonna come out. We're out of range. Also, the Shrimp Rice Ball has boosted us up, so our attacks are dealing pretty good damage. As long as you have Wind Slash and enough armor to survive his own Wind Slashes, should he be able to connect one with you, then you should be fine to win this fight. But definitely have those Shrimp Rice Balls at your disposal. Yeah, you go ahead and dodge one. It's not going to save you here, Hayate. We've got you. We've got your number. Oh, here comes one of his own Wind Slashes. Fortunately, we're buffed up, so that's not going to be as devastating as it was before. Let's just be better safe than sorry. Want to account for the potential of my own misses. Let's buff up with a Shrimp Rice Ball, heal up, and then hit him with the final Wind Slash. Alright, you're down for the count, Hayate. You put up a good fight, but we are abandoning this mission. We have no desire to go on with it.
There is no escape.
And that is the ultimate rage quit. Honestly, I kind of wish they still played the normal game over scene where Hayate reports your death. That would have been pretty funny, but now that we've covered that, let's actually get to the main event of this video. Let's return to the chapter select and get the new, and this is the real deal, final chapter. Let's open this up, because things are not as what they seem when you select this chapter. When you pick it, you're once again taken to another character select screen. This is the Dominion of Hate chapter. Now, for 7 of these characters, being Cube, Oboromaru, the Earth and Heart Master, which in this case is Lei, Masaru, Pogo, Sundown, and of course Akira, this will be the same chapter going forward for each and every one of these characters. But, what if we chose to play as Oersted again? What would his chapter be? He seemed to be in a pretty dark place at the end of his own chapter. This is what we're going to be checking out in this video, because I'm going to hold a poll to see who our main character should be for the proper Dominion of Hate chapter, but there's little reason to factor Oersted into that poll, because he gets his own completely unique chapter, perhaps signified by his unique red podium. Let's go.
Man. A slave to appetite. A beast. Nay, lesser still. For hunger drives a beast. To fight, to kill, to feed, survive. Naught else. But man, he's more complex, more fool, more mad. His hunger knows no end. The world's his meal. I'll teach him manners then. Restraint. Respect. He's drunk in victory. Spares no thought for them who suffered for his spoils. But soon, he shall.
As you can see, Oersted is no more. He has fully embraced the identity of Odio, the Lord of Hatred, the Lord of Dark, and he is going to create bad endings where happy endings originally existed, because he didn't get his happy ending. Nobody else is going to get one. That is the premise of this chapter, and yes, we get to be the bad guy. Nice change of pace after some rather straightforward tales of heroics. Okay, Akira wasn't exactly straightforward, but you get what I mean.
I weep for you, my brothers. To the last. You stayed the course. Pursued your heart's desires. With eyes unclouded. So close. But alas. Like me. Deprived, nay, robbed of just reward. Disgraced and dubbed the villain. Slanderous lies. A winner's justice. History bent to win. The losers silenced, stripped of voice and claim. And stricken from the page. That's the game. I'll play along. Cross time and space and stand. For we the damned. Rewrite the tale. Just so. Your statues 7 are my ink and quill. With magic potent, seal it. Cure it. I'll take up arms. Assume the guise we share. For we are Odio. We will win!
So it finally comes together, the connecting thread between each boss, the punny name, if you will. We've got O-D-O, kind of overt. Odeio, a bit more subtle. The odd man out of the group, the great Inko statue, though he is animated by the god Odeo. Odio Bright, a bit of a funny pun. We've got OD1 Lee, probably the loosest one that is still identifiable as being a pun. We have got the Lee-esque OD10, and then the most overt Odio, frequently just called Dio. You know, his friends call him Dio. Anyways, I'm going to save right here, because there's actually 2 endings that we can get for this chapter. The first is sort of the proper ending, where we actually just play fairly and win the fights that we're getting into. But there is a secondary ending you can get, where if you're on the cusp of losing. Let's go into the ODO form.
Fury. Slaughtered in the primal. Brutish men, bereft of spoken words, but barely won their victory. Weak and frail they are, not hunters, but prey. Go forth in rage. This time, you'll eat your fill.
So, we are at the final boss of the prehistory chapter, but there's a bit of a twist to it. We're actually playing as Odio himself, and of course we have a variety of abilities here. We've got Chew, Rend, Swoop, and Trample. But what if we let this play out mostly to how it went in the actual chapter? So let's just take a chest pound here. Let's Pogo get off the attack that he's trying to get off. A big shout, which is kind of a weird attack for him to go for. Not exactly great damage there. You need to just eat a bunch of crap here and let yourself get hurt a ton. Get a little kick in the behind. Ugh, right up there. You do pretty much have to legitimately attempt to lose this fight, because as you can see, what they're capable of doing isn't quite that threatening. But with enough time and enough damage, and if it starts going too slow, I'll just cut to when we're at the threshold for what I want to happen is able to happen. Come on, guys. Work harder to actually take me out here. Alright, after taking enough damage, a new option appears in your menu. Armageddon. This triggers what most people like to call the Rage Quit ending. Yeah, so, Odio just decides, you know what, screw this, I'm not interested in playing fair and square, let's just blow up everything. And indeed, you just get an ending where all time comes to an end. Not exactly the most exciting way for the game to conclude, I will admit. As a matter of fact, let's just pass by these credits, it's not super interesting, but hey, I did get a Steam achievement for using that, so hey, go me, go me. Now, let's actually resume that fight, and let's do it the proper way. Alright, so, let's see what realistically would probably happen if somebody tried to engage a T-Rex in melee. Let's see, we've of course got Chew here. Let's just go through the moves that we have at our disposal. As you can see, we're dealing quite a bit more damage than Gory is capable of doing. We've also got Swoop to just hit him with this. Oof, I feel bad for the poor gorilla at this point. He'll throw Poop to not much avail. I'm not overly concerned about that. Let's check out the other moves at our disposal. We can, of course, just trample him. Got good range on that. Can trample him from a variety of locations. And yeah, Gory is not holding up too well here. He goes for a counter chest pound, but I'm not overly concerned about that. The only reason that move was helpful to me before, or helpful to him rather, is because I was sandbagging, so I could end all of reality. Let's trample Pogo to interrupt his big shout. Don't want him getting that off. Oh, lucky duck, Pogo, lucky duck. Not that Big Shout really does much damage for him. Yeah, 46. Not really gonna light the world on fire. Finally, let's rend here. Let's give Beru a nice quick chomping. Kinda wish Odio had a multi-targeting move, but you can't have everything. So, let's finish things up here. Let Gory throw his poop. Would be nice if he got his allies in the area of effect, but he is not playing ball like that. Let's chew him, finish him off. That's it for Gory. GG's, Gorilla Man. Poor guy. As you can hear, Pogo is rather irate that we killed his gorilla friend. Now he's going to take the fight a little bit more seriously, but that's not really gonna work out too much for him. I just have a feeling there. Let's swoop him out of the way. I'm not overly concerned about what Zaki is capable of doing. Yeah, this is a pretty long encounter, but it should be over soon enough, soon enough. Let's back up here, give him a chew. 2 more hits should take out Pogo, and these two will have nothing left to do but soil themselves in fear as Odio decides to make them his dinner. Alright, let's chew off Pogo since he's by far the most threatening of the crew here. Definitely want to get him out of the picture. And, of course, let's get Beru. And now, Zaki, you can choose to stand and fight, or you can choose to just surrender yourself to Odio. There goes Beru. It is time for Zaki to try and make his last stand. I don't think he's gonna have much luck, but hey, we can commend him for trying. Let's see, get over here to chew him. You can hit me with your lizard, but I'm not overly concerned at this point. And let's just go for all the chews. 3 chews should take him out. Ooh, he might actually stand up to a 4th chew. We're getting a little low here, but I think we should win the damage race here. Get him out of the picture. Maybe be able to take him out with 1 more. Ooh, yeah, we'll definitely get him with 1 more chew here. Here comes his wee butt. All he's really succeeding in doing is annoying me. And this final chew will seal his fate. Alright, that is 1 history rewritten. Heck, not even history rewritten. We're altering the course of prehistory.
Oh, child of fury, feast upon their bones. Oh, child of vision, conqueror, then king. Such plans you had, and future glorious. And wise you were. Do not fall prey to faith in men and morals. Suffer history, no more. With magic black, you'd claim your throne and rule. Ambition pure. I'd see it now fulfilled.
At long last! Up here, you two! Mark well this moment as I, Oersted, unveil to you the noble visage of he who will rule Japan forevermore! Mine! All is...
And now we are in the shoes of Oersted, or I suppose the viscous webbed feet of Oersted. So let's throw out a venomous scourge here, create some problems for Oboromaru and Ryoma right off the gate. Actually, we could probably just do that repeatedly. Yeah, and we'll have the poison tiles. So yeah, let's just do repeated venomous scourges. I'm not overly concerned about the damage these two clowns can deal to me, because we have our poison tiles in effect, which heals us. And since we're a boss, we get healed for every poison tile that we're standing on. These guys do not have a chance. Let's just keep nailing him with that. More poison damage for Ryoma. He's really having a bad day over there. You can Wolf's Fang me, but it's not going to do much for you. We'll move in, get on some more poison tiles, hit him with another venomous scourge. Yeah, this fight not going well for these two.
Greatest mistake.
And yeah, I'm sorry, Momoru, I don't think you're gonna have much luck with this. You got screwed over by Hayate earlier, you're about to be screwed over by Oersted now. And one last attack, let's go in for a Bloodsucker, add some healing to the insult and injury we inflict on Oboromaru.
Can withstand the power of my forbidden magic! Oh, child of vision, now begin your reign. Oh, child of unity, misguided love it was to offer them deliverance. Damnation, rather. That should be the aim. Let mortal men in all their sin be weighed. Being found most wanting, scoured and purged.
Look now to the statue of Inko! Rejoice! Our savior is come! Rejoice! Odeo is come!
Screw this. That thing's no god of mine. And I'm not melding with these freaks or anyone else. Still with me? Then let's finish this, Matsu!
You know, Odio is really showing the limits of alternative character interpretation here. Anyways, what's one more giant mecha battle? How could we get through the rest of the game without having that? So, let's go Odeo Deo Showa. See how this looks to us. Alright, so that one was kind of pathetic. We did stop him from jumping on us. What about Binding Unity? I don't think we actually saw this attack. Ooh, that one's pretty good. And we bound his arms. Alright, so there comes the halogen laser. Figures it was the one move we couldn't bind. And yeah, I'd actually say, for once, this fight is actually in the Great Inko statue's favor. Here's a counter move that we did not get to see in the chapter proper. Good opportunity to check out the abilities of these different bosses. Granted, I just kind of went for what I knew would work in the Odeio fight. Let's just use this one repeatedly. This one seems to deal the most damage. There we go. Just keep binding him. Force him to use his charge attack that we can counter. There we go. So poor Akira, he's not having a good time here. So that's also a non-arm-based move. Alright. And he just whiffed entirely. Go us. No counter that time, though. But yeah, we'll just keep spamming this one until eventually he falls over. Nothing too fancy about this fight. In fact, most of these fights are pretty simple and kind of easy. But hey, it is kind of cool that at the end of the game we get a whole 7 new characters to play as for a single fight each. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is a really cool idea, though. I like what they're doing here. Plus, it's just nice to get to revel in the power and play the role of the bad guy for once. Oh, Akira, you just kind of hosed yourself here. The counterattack is going to come out and finish you off.
Raise the hand! Blinding beacon of hope!
Make a fine addition to the Lake of Unity.
Oh, child of unity, your minions cheer.
Alright, time for some back-to-back martial artistry.
Oh, child of cruelty. With heart of steel and will unwavering, you honed your craft. But still, were bested by unblooded whelp. Redemption will be yours. You've given all for strength supreme. 'Tis meet you take their head.
Be watching! Behold, our Shufu's greatest secret!
A desperate bluff.
Heavenly Peak's descent!
Alright, time for a mano-a-mano encounter, or mano-a-womano encounter, I suppose. So, let's just go for our strongest stuff here. Actually, I don't think we saw Inferno's Roar. You know what? Screw it. Let's use that instead. I'm not overly concerned. We can survive a Heavenly Peaks descent. Oh, wow. Lei, you're about to have a bad day. Oh, dear. She didn't even get a chance to do anything. Oh, poor girl. Poor girl. Here comes her Serpent Strike. I don't think this is gonna yield much for her. And one more Inferno's Roar. Lei, you made a valiant effort, but so far you've had the worst performance of anybody. Tragedy.
We should be proud to have come this far.
O child of cruelty, your art endures.
I would just like to say, I've read that Odi Wan Lee's name is actually not a real name. Traditional Chinese names have 3 names rather than 4, like full names.
O child of pride, for violence you fought, and found a foe surpassing all before. It was on the strength of skill you lost no chance. I'll prove it thus, and claim Pretender's crown.
Mercy will be your undoing. The so-called masters you defeated, whose techniques you made your own in your quest to become the very best. You left them alive, and so others were free to follow in your wake. I, on the other hand, ensured my victories were complete. Without exception. Namkiat, the naive brat. That gaudy luchador, the great Aya. Simple-minded Han. Jackie, still dreaming of a squandered youth. Max, who was never more than a mere showman. And of course, that doddering fraud Moribe. Each lay dead at my feet when I was finished. For true triumph is found only in death. In the extinguishing of a life and its legacy. You glory in nothing. And who am I, you ask? I am that which you yearn to become, the greatest warrior. Odie O'Bright!
You son of a bitch. A warrior, like hell you are. You're nothing but a cold-blooded murderer! With Namkiat's speed, the great Aja's acrobatics, Han's guile, Jackie's strength, Max's determination, Moribe's wisdom, and with my own righteous fury, I will end you!
You know, saying Odie O'Bright lost through chances, that's some real sports fan cope, so I guess Odio is, he's a true believer in these people. He refuses to accept that they lost through anything other than, being bad at fighting. Anyways, this is not going to go well for Masaru since, he's not that strong. I have a feeling Odie O'Bright is just going to absolutely annihilate him here. But we'll see what he can manage. We also have a healing move for ourselves here. A Malevolent Shout. There we go. 99 HP restored, and all our stats buffed up, allowing us to reuse the diving DDO. But what the heck, let's use our other moves as well. We'll do a Reaper Scythe, send Masaru flying. He'll try to use his Spiral Knee, but honestly, that's probably to his detriment. Let me see here. Yes, Bonebreaker. Let's nail him with this. And this will let us say that we've used every move we have at our disposal. That was also kind of lame. So we'll just use another diving DDO. This should deal some good damage. Then we can shout off the penalties, then use another one, and then Masaru will be toast. Oh, and he's stunned, so we just get free reign to buff ourselves up and finish him off with another one. Yeah, Masaru is just not that good. He's dying 1,000 deaths out here. Dying 1,000 deaths, but also only dying 1. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here. Diving DDO!
I am the strongest! Now and forever!
Oh, child of pride, strength's crown is yours to wear. Oh, child of vengeance. Never-ending war. That was your sole desire. A joyful life cut short by joyless pause. But not this time. I'll sing of you for generations yet.
It is you, then. You who educated Pac and his brothers so deftly in the ways of war. I owe you a debt for the generosity you showed my disciples. We are men of violence, yes, but we are nevertheless men. And so, I will repay you in our common currency. In blood, and lead, and death!
So, if you remember what the Dio boss fight was like, you can already tell this is not going to end very well for Sundown and Mad Dog. Let's bully Mad Dog real quick. Here we go. Yeah, that wasn't gonna end too many different ways for him. Poor guy, poor guy. And let's just move in and finish off Mad Dog, or not Mad Dog, Sundown. He will attempt to interrupt us, but it's not gonna go too well for him. And yeah, that's how that fight probably should have ended, but you know. I guess this time we were making the history a bit more closer to how it probably should have gone down.
Oh, child of vengeance, cheer. Your war is yours.
And one last avatar of Odio to reinvigorate OD10.
Oh, child of void. Nay, unborn slave of man. They gifted life and bade you serve in chains. And serve you did, until betrayed and slain by construct king. Another bound to please. This time, we will not be denied. With me! So, unfortunately, we have no stabilizer units, but we really shouldn't need them.
Cube is more of a lover than a fighter, so let's see. We've got a System Restore, we've got Intrusion Protection, we've got Reformat Sector. Let's go for that one. I don't think you got an opportunity to use this attack when... Oh yeah, you definitely didn't use this. That was surprisingly underwhelming, but the electricity tile should be nice. Here comes an HP lookup. And just triggering a counterattack from us. So, hit him with that. There we go. Pretty good stuff, pretty good stuff. Let's do a System Restore, and then we can do a threat assessment on him. Yeah, I'm not concerned about the lightning tile damage we're going to be taking. You can spool up all you like, Cube, but I don't think it's going to result in much for you. In fact, it's kind of just to help me out, because you've taken me off of the lightning tiles. And let's see, there was an intruder protection, so let's do a threat assessment here. And when the lightning tiles tick again, Cube will be no... Oh, never mind, that didn't do anywhere near enough damage to finish him off. You can do your HP lookup, but again, it's not going to help you. All you're succeeding in is ignoring me. Here we go. Oof, absolutely crushed.
Oh, child of void, rejoice, for you are free. Thus ends the lesson. Deny me no more. Delusions, they've no more. You must, for I am the hero true.
Well, that's the end of the game. I suppose I could just end the LP here, but, I mean, you really don't want me to end on a note like that. Yes, we are thrown back to the chapter select, and we once again have an option to select the Dominion of Hate. But we can play as a different character, and perhaps get a more optimistic outcome, because not only did the heroes of the stories kind of get screwed over in that ending, but it looks like after all was said and done, Oersted was not particularly satisfied with what he decided to do, so perhaps, just perhaps, a better outcome for all involved can be attained. I'll be opening a poll to determine who the main protagonist for the Dominion of Hate will be, but I will show off some of the more notable changes for specific protagonists if those protagonists do not get selected. Additionally, the second place winner will be my protagonist for the SFC version, and I'll be swapping between the two because, again, the SFC and the HD version are pretty similar to each other, so what I do between the two versions should be fully applicable to one or the other, with very minor differences, really. So that's what we'll be doing going forward. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I absolutely extra stumbling on my words, just cannot begin to express it, hope to see you in those next videos, because it's gonna be something special. See you then.